the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, WGN Sports presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, A.J. Pierzynski and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Billy Butler and the young, the talented Kansas City Royals. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrelson as we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set, and it will be the rubber match. In the opener, Sox won it in very dramatic fashion, a balk in the bottom of the ninth inning. Also a big two-run homer by Adam Dunn in that game, 5-4, good guys. Then last night, JPV gives up 5. We lose that ball game 5-3, and this afternoon, Edwin Jackson.
Edwin Jackson is 5-6, and last time out against the Cubs, he went 6 innings. He usually does at least that. He got the win. It was the first time he won in quite some time, and he kept his pitches down. Now today, he's got another problem. That is the Kansas City Royal team, the #1 base running team in the American League. 84 stolen bases. You have to keep their runners off base. If you don't, you're going to have some problems. Plus, they have some pretty good left-hand hitters. And Bruce Chen going to the mound for Kansas City. He's 4-2 this year, but he's never beaten the White Sox. He's a soft-tossing left-hander. You know, occasionally those guys give us some problems. We have to take 2 of 3. We have to start winning in our division. Let's start here today.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way. Chicago White Sox baseball is brought to you by Miller Lite Vortex Bottle. Taste greatness. By the Illinois Lottery. Play the Wheel of Fortune instant game from the Illinois Lottery for a chance at $250,000. And by Ford. The newest vehicles on the road are now at your local Ford store, like the all-new Ford Explorer SUV, 100% reinvented. Visit localfordstores.com. Ford. Drive one.
How bad the Central is right now, be careful how good it can be. Be careful how good it can be, because it's going to be interesting second half of the season, because we're going to beat the crap out of each other. We're going to play in between against each other for 2 months. Then we find out what's going on. But I know, a lot of people say, oh, how about the White Sox are, the Central is there to take. I don't know about that. We're not playing good. Central not playing good right now. But I think they will play good in the second half. And it comes in the past. In the past, the White Sox play a little bit better. The Twins playing great. Detroit Tigers play good. That's going to be a good race to watch. And Cleveland, I think a lot of people think Cleveland go to 4. I don't think so.
And welcome back to U.S. Cellular Field. As you just heard the comments of Ozzie Guillen about the American League Central Division. And I'll tell you, everything he said is right. You've got to play well in your own division. It's just that simple. And the Sox have not up until this point. I think they will. And the two teams that I'm concerned about, first of all, the White Sox themselves, because we can determine our fate. And the next is the Minnesota Twins, because they played virtually the first half crippled up.
They're getting healthy. They're only 2 losses behind us in the loss column, but you certainly can't take Detroit for granted, although Verlander lost last night. Amazingly enough, he gave up a run. It was too much. He lost to Dan Herron and the Angels, and so everything stayed the same atop the Central. Central is not a good division at this point. And Ozzie had it right in that it doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. So winning at home, dominating here at U.S. Cellular Field, and winning in the division is essential. If we don't do that, we are not going to win. We do have it in our hands, and that much we can control.
Well, there's an old saying in baseball, it's not who you play, it's when you play them. And the guys have caught us in the first half at a good time. And we'll be back with the starting lineups after this.
Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. So the Sox come into this one 3.5 games in back of Cleveland. Detroit a 1.5 games back. And let's take a look at how Ned Yost is going to line up his Royals today. It's going to be Getz leading off, and Cabrera, who's had a good series with Gordon, Butler, Hosmer, Francoeur, Moustakas, Pena behind the plate, and Escobar, who's had a good series at shortstop. The defense and how they will line up behind Edwin Jackson. Pierre Rios and Quentin left to right with Morel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Dunn in the infield. A.J. Pierzynski gets a nod behind the plate. And Edwin Jackson on the hill looking to even it up at 6-6. His ERA 4.25. On for the 17th start. Opponent hitting .285, which for his stuff is kind of a high total. Last time out against the Cubs, he went 6 innings. He got the win, giving up 4 runs. And one of the things he does do is he will get you into the 7th inning. Sometimes beyond that, but at least the 7th. The umpires for the game today: Alfonso Marquez behind the plate. Ed Hickox is at first. Ed Rapuano is at second. And Brian O'Nora will do the umping at third base. So on a beautiful day for baseball, a cloudless, very cool, sunny afternoon. The finale of a 3-game series before Minnesota comes to town. We're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WGN Sports. So happy you could join us. 77 degrees at game time. Just a sensational day here in the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois. So we are set. Edwin Jackson is set, and the first pitch of the ball game to Chris Getz is taken high and wide. Getz comes in hitting at 262. He's 2 for 9 in this series. Now field for the most part straight up. Bit of a gap out there in left center, and there is another ball in the count 2-0.
Critical importance today for Edwin not to walk their base stealers, because they are going to go if they get on.
2-0 pitch. 3-0. Royals come in hitting at 265 as a club with a 4.60 ERA. Royals are 12-27 on the road, 23-24 at home. And there's the strike. Gets 14 for 18 in stolen bases.
He's been hitting a lot of them in the air in this series.
And a full count.
Usually when he hits the ball in the air, that's good for us and bad for him.
And that's fouled away. So right from the very first hitter, Edwin's throwing a lot of pitches, and that's something he's going to do. It's in his MO. That's part of his structure. Throws a lot of pitches to almost each and every hitter. And another foul ball. So this will be the 8th pitch. And this is the 5th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 4, we have split them. So the dreaded leadoff walk.
Edwin's going to have to vary his times holding the ball. Jake did a pretty good job of it last night. Pitchers, by and large, have done a decent job, but Edwin has been fairly easy to run against.
That'll bring up one of our nemesis, Melky Cabrera, hitting at 287, 11 homers and 48 knocked in. 4 for 9 in this series.
You have to be careful with Melky. He's a switch hitter who's much better from the left side. 9 of his 11 home runs, 41 of his 48 runs batted in have come as a left-hand hitter.
Against us, it doesn't make any difference either side.
He's been awfully good.
He is 7 for 23 lifetime against Jackson.
There you see stolen bases. It's the Rangers and the Royals atop the leaderboard.
He's got a big lead. But you got to get the hitter. Your main focus has got to be on the hitter.
We're against the Sox. Melky has been wonderful.
And he falls behind him 2-0.
Cabrera has grounded into 5 double plays, but only one of them from the left side. He does have pretty good speed. But the longer Getz waits to run, the more likely it is that there's a ground ball forthcoming.
And the count 3-0. This is what happened to Jake Peavy last night in the 2nd inning. He walked Butler to lead it off. Then he walked Hosmer. Then Francoeur hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice and a sacrifice fly by Moustakas. Then he hit Matt Trainer, and then Escobar with a 2-run triple. There he goes. And he's safe.
Problem so far in this Cabrera at bat is he was so worried about Getz going, he wound up at second anyway, that he used a slide step twice and missed with both pitches. Now he's in a hole and Getz steals second base anyway, his 15th of the year.
And 3-1 pitch. And there's a base hit. What new? So Getz will pull him to third, and trouble brewing right here in the very first inning. Runners at the corners and nobody out. That dreaded leadoff walk. It'll nail you almost every time.
Then falling behind 3-0, then 3-1, and the fastball is down the middle, and Cabrera takes it right back up the middle.
So here's Alex Gordon, the left fielder. Comes in hitting at .293, 10 homers, and he's knocked in 46. Fouls that pitch back.
Gordon didn't play in the first game of the series. He did play in last night's game. He got hit in the knee, had to take a day off, came back and fanned 4 times. Keeping the ball up on him was a secret last night. He swung at a lot of face-high fastballs.
1-1 to count. Cabrera, he's 11 for 13 in stolen bases. And he falls behind Gordon. They will run you out of the ballpark if you can't hold them on.
And Edwin, as soon as he faked to third, actually made that throw to first base, he would have picked Cabrera off.
A little bigger lead now by Cabrera. And Gordon gets a good pitch to hit and fouls it away over our dugout. So 2-2, and here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. This will be the 18th pitch, and there's nobody out here in the top of the first. And should be. Back him up. So the leadoff walk scores, and it's 1-0 Royals. But we'll take that. So here's the DH. Billy Butler hitting at .299, 6 homers and 35 knocked in. Very young and talented Kansas City Ball Club. On the field. On the bump, different story.
Their young kids are coming. They've got a wave of young pitchers destined to arrive within the next couple of years.
they've got some good baseball people over there. You got one of the top scouts in all of baseball in Donnie Williams. No wonder they've got so many good young prospects. And Art Stewart has been an advisor for many, many years in that organization. Dayton Moore's done a good job in listening to his people, because they have got probably the best young prospects in all of baseball.
Texas Rangers are very good. Kansas City's very good. Ned Yost probably will be there for a bit. Beneficiary, very good system.
He gone. But he threw 24 pitches. They do get a run. We'll go to the bottom of the first, trailing 1-0.
White Sox lineup is brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana BMW dealers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And Ozzy's going to line him up with Pierre leading off. Then it's Morel, Dunn, Paul Konerko, the DH, Quentin, Przinsky, Ramirez, Rios, and Beckham. The defense behind Chen, Gordon Cabrera and Frank Coeur in the outfield, with Moustakas, Escobar, Getz, and Hosmer in the infield. Ryan Pena behind the plate. And Bruce Chen, the much-traveled Bruce Chen, 4-2, ERA 3.5, on for the 10th start. He's with his 10th Major League Baseball team.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as Juan Pierre will lead it off. Takes first pitch strike from the soft tossing southpaw. Chen, 34 years old, 6'2", 211 pounds. And he was born in Panama City, Panama.
Been around since 1994, started with the Atlanta Braves organization, and is 52 and 52. There you look at it, lifetime.
And that's out of play. Well, when he first came up with the Braves in that system, he was getting a lot of ink, a lot of publicity. They thought he was going to be one of the better ones in the National League for a long time. There's a little one-hop comebacker and one out. So with one out, let's check out our picks to click. Jim Angio, our director of the crew, went with Alex Rios. Stone Pony's going with Brent Morel. And all the good folks are the Golf Club Scottsdale, Matt McEntee, Dave Fairman, Paulie, Don Urimi. We're going to go with Adam Dunn, as here is Brent, fouls that pitch back.
Chen is going to throw a lot of strikes. He's walked just 17 in 55 innings. Got all the pitches the crafty left-hander would have. Here's an example of the changeup.
What you're seeing, though, is the situation for all you youngsters out there and aspiring major leaguers, is that you don't have to throw hard.
No, but it helps to be a lefty.
Well, there's some right-handers that are crafty and with cunning and guile as well. But if you're left-handed, it does a better asset, because that's fouled away. Left-handers who can throw strikes, and especially if they have a good changeup, you can pitch in the big leagues. You don't have to be a hard thrower. Out and around that one, Moustakas, 2 down. So here's Adam Dunn. Now they're going to put the shift on. Yes, moves well back into right field. And that pitch outside. Adam comes in hitting at 167. 8 homers. He's driven in 31. 2 for 9 in the series with a big 2-run homer.
Feel the Brian O'Nora? And he said, yes, you did.
Watch out. Tampa Bay leading Minnesota 4-2 that game in the bottom of the 4th. And boy, that was some kind of pitching matchup they had at the Big A in Anaheim last night. As that pitch just misses. Dan Herron, Justin Verlander. Herron with a 2-hit shutout. And he goes down. So 1-2-3 inning, and after 1 hit is 1-0 Royals.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do people use smartphones to do dumb things?
Send. That is the weekend.
Yeah, dog.
Will allow me to crack the bubbly.
Don't mind if I do.
There's a gentleman with a bro stash invited to this party.
Only if he's ready to rock.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Top of the 2nd inning. Eric Hosmer will lead it off against Edwin Jackson. Hosmer at 273, 7 homers. He's driven in 32. 2 for 8 in this series with a homer, and that tied up the ball game in the opener. Tied it up at 4. And the Sox wanted 5-4 on a balk by Aaron Crow. That was in the bottom of the 9th.
Hosmer just another in a long succession of #1 draft choices that have made it to the major leagues. First round, 3rd pick overall in 2008 draft. We saw how good he can be defensively. He had a pick last night that was just unbelievable.
Well, a lot of the old timers out there will recall back, and the Sox had a tough go of it in 85, 6, 7, 8, 9. But then starting in 87, they had 3 good drafts, 3 strong drafts. And then from 1990 to 1999, and I checked at 98, in those 9 years, the only team that won more games than the White Sox were the Atlanta Braves. So if you have 2 or 3, 4 good drafts especially. As that ball hit deep into left center field. Alex is back.
He runs out of room. That's gone.
And that's gone. So a high fly ball. And it is 2-0 Kansas City.
Gives you an idea just how strong Hosmer is. Took that ball to the deepest recesses of left center field, the opposite way. Edwin tried to take a little something off the fastball. Wasn't exactly a straight change, but it did go out.
Well, he could have caught that ball if he didn't get pinned up against the wall. Watch right here. There he hits the wall too quick, and the ball hits right on top, bounces over.
Eight and 33. The power numbers for Eric Hosmer.
And that ball into right center field off the bat of Francoeur. And that's out number 1. So here's the third baseman, Mike Moustakas, hitting at 263, a homer. He's driven in 3. The Sox back in those days, they had some good drafts. They Alex Fernandez, Wilson Alvarez, Robin Ventura, Big Frank Thomas, on and on and on. And that was the end result of those 3 good drafts. Moustakas hits it high, short. Can of corn, 2 down. Having a strong minor league system in today's marketplace, in today's culture of baseball, is more important now than it's ever been. And the reason being is that all teams are making money. And teams have more money to go out and spend on free agents. And especially if you're in a small market like Kansas City, you better have some good drafts.
When you take a look at their succession of number 1s that are in the big leagues, they've had some good drafts.
Well, mainly most of the good drafts have been on the field, position players. They have missed on some number 1 drafts in pitching. And Pena fouls that back.
Coach Haver is still trying to figure it out. He was a number 1 this year, 5-8 with a 5.17.
And that's fouled away. Another one of their number 1 drafts was Mike McDougal. Had some trouble. Of course, Zach Greinke was their number 1 pick, and that worked out well for them.
Did, and so is that trade going to work out well for them, because they got some talent back from Milwaukee.
And that's into center field. But the home run by Eric Hosmer after an inning and a half, 2-0 Bad Guys.
Thursday on WGN America, the Cubs are in D.C. and looking to close out the series with a win. Thursday at 7 East on WGN America.
Here's our Xfinity high-def shot of the game, and it's Plain pulling the banner. All-Star, vote Konerko. And you can still vote by going to MLB.com, by going to WhiteSox.com, and while you're there, vote for Andre Ethier of the Dodgers. We're partnering up with the Dodgers, and they're trying to promote Paul Konerko in our league. We're trying to promote Ethier in their league. So you still have some time. Put Paulie in the All-Star game. It's richly deserved.
And here he is leading off the bottom of the second. Royals lead at 2-0. Paulie hitting at .324, 22 homers and 64 knocked in. 5 for 9 in this series with a homer. Takes first pitch strike. I got to admit, in all my years in this game, the other night, Eris, my wife, my beautiful wife, and I were voting for Paulie. And that's the first time in my whole career that I've ever voted for a player in the All-Star game.
In this case, this is a man that richly deserves it for a number of different reasons. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. The defense has been terrific. He is the captain. He is the spokesman to a certain extent for this ball club. So he takes an added responsibility.
Rolls over on that one. And that's out number 1.
Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast.
So here's Quentin.
Carlos will be going to the All-Star game.
Quentin at .256, 17 homers and 50 RBIs. Fouls Fouls that pitch back, and while we have a moment, we'll send out our heartfelt wishes and condolences to the Cisluski family. Butch Cisluski passed away back on June 6th, and he was a huge Sox fan. Raised his 4 children to be Sox fans, and our best wishes and condolences to Butch Cisluski's family. Two and one to count.
Just about the time where you start to think that Chen is going to stay away with his fastball, but especially with his changeup. He does what Mark Burley does. He comes inside on you, cuts it just a little. That's all it takes. It's one of the reasons why Chen is still around, because he can man both sides of the plate.
Well, if he didn't come in, he couldn't pitch in the big leagues.
And not with the stuff that he has. Carlos against Kansas City has been pretty productive.
Jammed him, ate him up. So 2 down. And a big White Sox shout out to Ray Friday. Boy, what a job he did on the national anthem. Wow. The man can sing. As here's AJ. He's 4 for 5 in this series, hitting at .299, 3 homers and 28 driven in. Drop down, sidearm.
That's one of the aspects that Chen has added later in his career. He never dropped down to left-handers, but he is doing it now. That one took Ozzie right off the bench. I mean, he went tumbling. But no harm, no foul.
Looked like he went right over his head. And another little soft comebacker. That's the 3rd one of the game in 6 outs. So 6 up, 6 down for Bruce Chen. Cy Chen.
Let's hit it, fellas. I heard we got a bunch of vets of Iraq and Afghanistan living the high life in here. Hey, am I in the right section? What's going on, man? Brought my people some hot dogs. They hungry. With this crew, I'm the safest man in this stadium. I like that. Let's make some noise for the vets of Iraq and Afghanistan. This is your front line, America. When you turn in your highlight bottle caps and pull tabs, 10 cents is donated to give vets a piece of the highlight. Like tickets to a game like this, right, guys? Yeah.
And a reminder, the McDonald's Daily Double is back for just $1.89, but you don't have to remember it to love it. Prices and participation may vary for a limited time, a la carte only. 2-2-0 for them. No runs, no hits for us. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop.
Had a good night last night.
Takes first pitch strike.
He's also had a flawless series in the field. He's got a rocket for an arm. Terrific range.
Hitting at .252, a homer. He's driven in 24. Fouls that back. He'll be in the seats. And the 0-2 pitch.
Escobar uses right and right center field a lot. With that in mind, Alex Rios is a couple of steps into right center. Pitch number 46 coming. A lot of youngsters at the park today. It's just a gorgeous day.
And he goes full to Escobar.
You don't want to walk this guy. He's one of their runners. With Getz up, he will run.
And that's into right center field. Carlos is there, makes the catch. So one out. And they go back to the top of the order. Chris Getz, who walked to lead off the ball game, stole his 15th base, and came around to score.
We haven't seen from Getz is we haven't seen him bunt, which is something that a guy with speed should do. With that in mind, Morella's in close at third.
I always saw him try to bunt twice and didn't get it done.
Didn't work, no. But that was on a sacrifice, and then he just singled to center because he couldn't get him over.
Well, that first time he tried to bunt looked like it was two-way, bunting for a base hit, which is not what you want to do when you're sacrificing, unless that is your style.
You can push it at the shortstop.
Some guys just can't square up to bunt. They have to be moving.
Last 18 games, Chris Getz has been doing pretty well.
Chris, a good, solid little player. He gone. 2 down. And that was the 50th pitch thrown by Edwin here with 2 2/3 innings.
This one up and out of the zone. And he goes down on strike.
Cabrera, single right back through the middle. That was after Getz had stolen second, but he had to hold up, see it wasn't caught, so he moved into third, and then Gordon hit into a 6-4-3 double play. So they had runners at the corners and nobody out, and Edwin pitched his way out of it, just giving up 1. 0-2 to Cabrera. This is the rubber match of the 3-game set. Sox took the opener 5-4. Then it was 5-3 Kansas City last night behind Felipe Paulino, who picked up his first victory of the season. He was 0-6 coming in. And he was 6-27 in his career. That looked like an AJ swing.
Well, Edwin took a little something off and tried to diet away from him. The emergency hack by Cabrera. Jackson would love to have a 1-2-3 inning. He's about to deliver his 56th pitch. Don't want to get too deep in his order.
And that ball hit hard to left field. Pierre, right in front of the track, hauls it in. 1-2-3. And after 2.5, it's still 2-0 Royals. Southpaw Bruce Chin on the bump for the Royals has retired the first 6 he has seen, and he leads it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So it'll be a Lexi, Rios, and Beckham. First pitch strike. And the count evens at 1.
Outfield playing Alexi like the infield as a pull hitter.
There's that change-up screwball. Or screwball change-up.
And they went inside twice to establish that part of the plate before going away at 77 and having him well out in front.
Another one. Tampa Bay leading Minnesota 5-2, bottom of the 5th. And a full count. And once again, Paul Konerko needs to go to that All-Star game, and we need your help. As he gets him on the outside corner. Says Marquez.
Pretty close. Could have gone either way. Went Chen's way.
Well, you get an umpire like Marquez in a strike calling mode for a certain pitcher, you better swing anything close. As here's Rios. You throw strikes with him, and he's going to get in that mode just like a hitter gets in a swing mode. And anything close, you better be hacking at it.
If you're around the plate, you're always going to get more calls. If you're up, down, in, out, and then throwing on a corner, you're usually not going to get it.
Those guys that throw a lot of pitches, like Edwin, are not going to get a lot of close calls. Alex 0 for 4 in the series. In lifetime, he's had trouble against Chen. He's 3 for 20. And now make it 3 for 21. So 2 down, and here's Beckham. But we got to get Paulie in that All-Star game, and you have to go to WhiteSox.com or MLB.com to get it done. And while you're watching the game, get your device out, internet device, and vote for it. First pitch, strike to Gordon. There it is. Broken bat. That's 9 up, 9 down for Chen. Sox fans, today we want to recognize Jerry Haggerty Chevrolet for their support of Wheaton Park District Youth Baseball and Softball in today's Chevy Youth Baseball League of the Game. Now, your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers are supporting leagues and young ball players in their communities through the Chevy Youth Baseball program. From the big leagues to the youth league, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball. Top of the 4th inning, Gordon, Butler, and Hosmer to face Edwin Jackson. Gordon hit into that 6-4-3 double play in the 1st inning. Guys to bunt it, and it's foul.
Probably a good idea with Brent Morrell back at third. Did not get it on the grass.
A base hit. So the leadoff man aboard.
Gordon, the 2nd pick overall in the 1st round in 2005 as a 3rd baseman. But with Mike Moustakas coming to the big leagues, they taught Gordon how to play left field so he could play every day.
Billy Butler struck out in the 1st inning. Well, Gordon's got what you call a live bat. The ball just jumps off his bat. Now, it's not as live as Diane Viciedo, which nobody is. Viciedo's got as live a bat as you'll ever see in the game of baseball. Talking to a former catcher, now scout, Dave Engel. Dave, like Donnie Williams, one of the better scouts in the game. There he goes. So the hit and run zone. And that's out number 1. We were talking earlier about Viciato and just how live that bat was. And I was telling him about that home run that he hit in Detroit last year. That was one of those home runs that you had to see it to believe it. Nobody could describe it to you the way it really happened. So here's Hosmer. Hit a ball into left center field that Alex had caught up on the wall. Ball hit on top of the fence, bounced over for a home run.
Ozzie was talking about Eric Hosmer, and I was standing down there. Hosmer's a very big young man. But he watched him hit a ball in Miami when he was just in high school. Hit it over the first baseman's head. The first baseman never got out of his stance. So the ball was in right field, and he hadn't moved his glove yet. Thought he was going to be a pretty good player then, and now he realizes how good he's going to be.
That's up high. And the count 2-1.
Outfield very deep all the way around.
And we'll show you that a home run after the pitch. And the count now 3-1. One pitch. That is a good pitch on any time, on any count, especially 3-1. Big hack. This guy will turn it loose.
What will make him so tough is the fact that he has just always used the whole field. So they're defending him absolutely straight away.
And the payoff. He gone. Took something off, had him off balance.
Big strikeout with the right-handed Frank Coeur. Coming up.
Minnesota has scored a pair. They're trailing 5-4. Twins still hitting with 2 on in the bottom of the 5th. Vancourt went out to Quentin. Two runs on 3 hits for them. No runs on no hits for us. We have yet to have a base runner off Bruce Chen. There's the strike.
Very tough to walk Jeff Francoeur. He's walked 20 times, 326 at bats. If it's close, he's going to be active.
And that's hit softly, softly, and it's going to fall, and the run's going to score. Another duck start for Francoeur. He had one last night to right field.
Edwin didn't want to get that ball up, but he did. RBI number 54 As you can see, this ball just hangs up. Looked like a slider, supposed to be down and away. It's not. And although Francoeur doesn't get much of it, he gets enough of it.
So here's Moustakas. And this will be the 70th pitch. Thrown by Edwin. Takes a strike. Moustakas popped up to right field.
Francoeur has no problem with the running game. But 0-1, it's very easy to pitch out. There was a pitch out that almost had the outside corner. AJ moved out. Watch AJ move out and then have to come back.
And that change up way wide. So 2-2.
Moustakas can't lay off the high fastball, and he can't get around on the high fastball.
Well, that's a bad place to be.
This series, he's had some problems face high.
There's a chopper to Hopper underneath. They pick up another on the bloop single by Francoeur, and it's 3-0 Royals.
Watch the White Sox this week, brought to you by Lincoln. Tomorrow night, Minnesota's in town on CSN. Friday, Minnesota, both times at 7 o'clock on WCIU. Then it's Saturday afternoon versus the Twins again at 3 p.m. That game is on Fox. That's the Lincoln upcoming schedule.
Bottom of the 4th inning, top of the order. We have yet to have a base runner. It'll be Pierre, Morel, and Dunn to face the 34-year-old veteran. Bruce Chen floats one across the plate at 85 for a strike.
He does have a complete game this year, but he's averaged only 6 innings per start.
And there is you can cancel a post-game show.
Second time through the order should be a whole lot better. It can't be any worse than the first time through, as Juan goes to the opposite field. Chen gets this one up and out over the plate. And Pierre with a solid single.
Here's Brandt. He bounced out to his counterpart, Moustakas. After this game, this will conclude this series. And the Royals will go home to take on the Tigers for 4 before the All-Star break.
A lot of interdivision play for every one of the teams.
And we got Minnesota coming in tomorrow, so make your plans to be with us here at beautiful US Cellular Field. 4 big games with the Twins, and they're getting healthy, and we're going to see Joe Mauer probably at first base tomorrow night. In that series, we're going to run Umber out there tomorrow, then Floyd, Burley, and Peavy. They're going to run Pavano, Blackburn, Dunsing, and Baker out there.
That's how it looks right now with the Tigers. A game and a half back of Cleveland. We're 3.5 back, and the Twins 7 back. Really, Chen does not want to make another pitch to Morel. Each and every one of these 3 games, the Royals have taken a 3-0 lead.
And that's popped up right side. Osmond, 1 out. So here's Adam. He struck out his first trip. Count 2-0. And reading on my iPad, MLB. In the news department, outfield assists are on the rise. One of the reasons being, I think, is managers are finally getting to the point they've had enough of their outfielders overthrowing cutoff guys. And it's about time. And the count 3-0 with Konerko on deck. And there's one. They're just a decent lead. And that ball's hooking foul.
Pena going out to talk with Chen. Didn't like the location of the last pitch. Adam got on top of it. But never really had a chance.
So the payoff. Drop down this high ball 4, and here comes Paulie. Paulie grounded out to Escobar at short. Big gap out there in right center field. Well, he checks it up. He did not go. Ball's going foul. Hit hard.
Chen is starting to make some mistakes. That pinpoint control that he showed through the first 3, the second time through the lineup, he hasn't shown. Over the last month, Paul Konerko hitting .386, 12 and 27 on the power numbers.
Well, big pitch right here, the 1-1. There goes Pierre. And he will pick up his 13th stolen base.
paying attention and wanted second base. He realized Chen wasn't even taking a second look back, so he took advantage of it.
And the 2-1. Grabs the strike.
That ball, bottom of the zone, a changeup.
And probably trying to go right with that one into right center field. So 2 on, 2 out. Check that. 2 on, 1 out. 2-2 the count to Paulie. And it should be. So we have a threat. Can't do anything with it, as that's the old double play ball. And fans, how would you like to win $5 footlongs from Subway? Just be the 500th texter to text Subway to 97999. So go to WGNTV.com for complete information and rules. A 3-0 Royal lead here going to the 5th inning. For Kansas City, it'll be Pena, Escobar, and Getz. And it was just handed a note here that fans can vote for Konerko at WhiteSox.com and MLB.com or by texting A3 to 89269. Now, for everyone who votes or has voted for Konerko online, also receive a code for a special ticket offer to 4 upcoming White Sox games. As that's out of play. Those games are Tuesday, July 26th, Wednesday, July 27th against the Tigers, where premium upper box tickets will be available to Konerko voters for $18. They're regularly $36. So half price upper box for $16.50, where those are regularly $33. And upper reserve for $12, and those are regularly $24. So half price tickets for all those voting for Paul Konerko. Over WhiteSox.com, MLB.com, or A3 to 89269. Nice. And of course the voting, as that's low, will end at 3 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. Two-two pitch. Ate him up inside. And there they are. All-Star. Yeah. Yes, he did. He gone. 1 out.
AJ did a nice job of stopping that ball because there's a very good chance it's going to be called a strike. AJ has it hit off the chest protector. When you have to wait for the appeal, you're not going to beat it out. But sometimes if that ball goes back to the screen and wends its way around, you might as well run anyway.
So here's Escobar. He hit a line drive into right center field that Quentin made a nice running catch on.
It's number 82 coming up with 1 out here in the 5th.
Two and 0. And there's a base hit in the hole. So good speed aboard. He is 13 for 18 in stolen bases.
We've seen one stolen base today, that coming by Chris Getz in the first inning. You have to figure somewhere in this sequence that Yost is going to run.
Getz walked and scored in the first, struck out in the third. Escobar, decent lead. There he goes right off the bat and gets swinging. So 2 down. Thank you.
Get a base stealer on base with the speed of Escobar. You get a guy hitting like Chris Getz, who's not going to hit the ball out of the park. I don't know why you don't allow that man to just go. Take at least one, sometimes two if the first one's a ball. Allow your base stealer to steal.
So here's Cabrera. He singled in first, went out to left. Pretty deep in the third. Takes first pitch strike.
Pretty good accomplishment. 11th player in Yankee history to hit for the cycle. Back against our ball club.
Beckham's got him. And that'll retire the side. We're halfway home and we trail it 3-0.
Man down.
Hey, what are you doing?
Saving you from unmanly behavior.
I bet it's that strawberry body wash.
No, it's this light beer. Miller Lite has more taste. And you can collect taste points for a chance to win epic prizes.
Oh, I like prizes.
Man up and collect taste points for a chance to win thousands of prizes. Make summer count at tastepoints.com.
I think I need mouth to mouth. I'm certified.
Oh, fantastic.
Take off, ladies. Mama's up.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago White Sox and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago White Sox. It's the bottom of the 5th inning, and we trailed 3-0 in game 1, came back and won that one 5-4. We trailed 3-0 in game 2 and lost that one 5-3, and we're trailing 3-0 right now.
Got to come back against Bruce Chen, who's been very good. He, for the most part, has commanded a strike zone. Had some problems last inning, got out of it with the double play ground ball, so middle of the order due against him.
That breaking ball hit foul by Quentin. He had a little soft comebacker to Chen his first at bat.
His best fastball Bruce Chen has thrown at 89.
And a reminder, Hooters is the official road game restaurant of the Sox. Come in any Chicagoland Hooters location when the Sox are on the road to catch the games on their flat screen to HD TVs and enjoy great Miller beer features. We've only had one hit. That was a line shot, and that's foul. Also a reminder that you can join the Chi Sox mobile group by texting lineup to 244-769 for a chance to win 2 tickets on August 14th. Also a photo with third base coach Jeff Cox and the opportunity to deliver the lineup card to the umpire at home plate before the game. Winner must be at least 12 years of age. Two balls, 2 strikes. Chen in his career 52 up and 52 down. And a full count. wouldn't have thought that. I would have thought he was under 500. Eight years in the big leagues. Down goes Quentin. Third strikeout for Chen.
After looking at a steady diet of off-speed pitches, 88 looks like 96. Cut that ball inside. It's up. Fellas would prefer it down. Didn't get it there. And goes down on strikes.
And here's A.J. A.J. also hit a very soft comebacker to Chen. Souvenir left side. AJ's had the best success against Chen of any of our guys coming in. He's 8 for 15, now 8 for 16 with a couple of homers. Chopper to Hopper. So far, Bruce Chen is, for all you young pitchers out there who don't throw hard, he is putting a clinic on. Changing speeds, throwing strikes, working both sides of the plate. And an occasional fastball up around the eyes just to show it to him. That's the art of pitching. Throwing strikes and changing speeds. Alexei struck out, called out his first trip. And the count 2-0. Tampa Bay still leading Minnesota 5-4. That game now in the 7th inning. Jim Thome a couple of RBIs in that game. And of course, make your plans to be with us tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as the Twins will be in town. And Thome sitting on 595 home runs. And that's just foul.
A lot of line drives today hit on the foul side of the line because Bruce Chen has had White Sox hitters out in front of just about everything. So if Alexei can keep it alive, Alex Rios in the on-deck circle.
So another 1-2-3 inning for Chen. And we'll go to the 6th, still trailing 3-0. And Bacardi at the Park, the Sox new restaurant and bar, is open, offering a full menu from Gibson's Restaurant Group. Bacardi at the Park is a place to meet and watch all the action on over 70 flat screen HD TVs. Says Alex Gordon for the 2nd time in this game trying to bunt.
He's persistent. He just doesn't hang around long enough to get it in the field of play. If you're running out of there and trying to bunt, you better be very, very good at it.
Well, there's a guy in this ballpark that could do that very well. In fact, he didn't do it enough. Even though there's a couple guys that could do it very well in this park today. One of them's our manager, and the other is our 44-year-old phenom. As there is a broken bat. So once again, the leadoff man aboard. 1, 2, 3, 4 times.
He's left with only the handle and a 2 for 3 days so far.
They don't put pictures on scorecards, young man. They did, we'd all be in trouble.
Gordon just 5 of 10 in the stolen base department.
So here's Butler. He has struck out and grounded to second. Takes it up high.
Last time Butler was up, it was a hit and run. Gordon was going. Our Gordon stayed at home as Alexei was covering, and Alex Gordon moved up on the ground ball.
Just tuning in, Royals, one in the first, one in the second, and one in the fourth. To this point, we only have one hit. And there's another bloop, and he makes the catch. Nice play by Quentin. Looked like that was going to be a sure duck snort. Big play right there by Quentin.
Alex Gordon didn't realize that Carlos Quentin had made the catch. Inside out swing on an inside fastball. Good jump. Bobbled. Let's see if it hits the ground from this angle. Nope, he controls it. And Gordon was stuck for a moment in between as he saw him bobble it, but went back to the bag.
So here's Eric Hosmer, 1 for 2, a homer to left center field. He hit right on top of the fence and bounced over. Rios went back to jump up, and he got caught by the fence. Shoulder went right into it, stopped him, and the ball hit right on top. And if you missed that play, once again, here it is. He muscles that single in the hole. So Gordon's going to make the turn. No, he'll pull up. Now that catch by Quentin really looms large.
I think Gordon had to hold up, not wanting to run into the ball. And by holding up, he couldn't make it to third. As that ball wasn't hit hard. Trickled actually to Carlos. But Alex Gordon, instead of being on third, he does have to wait. And that hesitation cost him another base. Could turn out to be a big play in this inning.
So here's Jeff Francoeur, 1 for 2. He had a little duck snort single to knock in a run in the fourth inning. 2 on, 1 out.
That one got a piece of AJ. Looked like on the backswing.
Yep.
Hermie's going to come out now and talk with him. Right in the back of the head. Well, fortunately, it looked like it got more helmet than head.
So he's all right and count 0-1. And the count 0-2. Is top foul. And a reminder, fans, join us for our Gulo Sox Night presented by Comcast tomorrow, July 7th, when we take on the Minnesota Twins in the first of that 4-game set. Our Gulo Sox Night features a pregame Gate 5 concert featuring Latin music and various giveaways. So 866 Sox game or visit whitesox.com. Stay right there. So all the way back, and runners will advance.
He's going to go as a wild pitch, but A.J. shaking his head. He knows that he probably should have been able to knock that one down. Goes right through the 5-hole in hockey parlance. 7th wild pitch of the year for Edwin Jackson.
Now the Sox got to bring the infield in.
Francoeur has always been a free swinger. And with just 20 walks this year, it doesn't take a strike to take him down.
High and deep. One. Yes. So the wild pitch is going to jump up. And they're going to put another one on the board. And it's a 4-0 Kansas City lead.
RBI number 55. Edwin got a little too much of the plate at 1 and 2. And Francoeur gets the job done.
He's been a good pickup for that ball club. Very productive. 55 RBIs. And here's Moustakas. He's popped up to right and hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice. Well, that was just a residual. That last pitch, that breaking ball that he got up, that Francoeur just missed hitting out of here. That's a residual from the wild pitch. Fouls that one back in the count 0-2.
That last spot was the spot on Moustakas. Can't hit it, can't lay off it. It was a high fastball at 95, and it's pitch number 102. Coming here in the top of the 6th.
He got on top of one against Peavy last night. It was a good at bat for Moustakas for that sacrifice fly. And the 0-2. Moustakas got a little funny action in his swing. Unusual.
There's a look at Jake. Picked up the loss last night. Didn't hit him hard, but they hit him.
He gone. The wild pitch cost us another run right there, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Now it's a 4-0 Kansas City lead.
I had a great night. I think I know what I want to do with my life.
That's great. You would not believe the night that I had. Tonight, 8 East, 5 West.
And Sox fans, manage along with Ozzie at the WGN Sports Game Zone for up-to-the-minute stats and information. Log on to www.wgntv.com and enter the Game Zone, brought to you by Connie's Pizza. Now, you can park at Connie's on Archer Avenue and take their free shuttle to each game, so call 312-CONNIES for more information. 4-7-0 for Kansas City. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for our guys. Bruce Chen has just cruised through the first 5, giving up that 1 hit to Juan Pierre. First pitch strike to Alex.
Actually, the left-handers have had kind of a better go at it against Chen than the right-handers with that straight change.
And the count 0-2. into the corner, and they're not going to catch that one.
Got to be careful running on that guy.
So the leadoff man aboard.
Normally you slice it into right field, you think about a double, but not with Jeff Francoeur. That ball is up and out of the strike zone as Chen tried to throw a waste pitch. Waste pitch wound up in the outfield. Francoeur got to it quickly and then went behind Alex.
Beckham fires that one into the seats right side. And there's a base hit. So got something cooking right here, boys. Don't stop now.
That's a changeup, and Chen got it up. If that one is down and away, probably a ground ball to shortstop. Because it was up, Gordon able to drill it into left field. And the top of the order with a chance to do some damage.
One picked up our first hit with that single to left field back in the fourth inning. So the corner's in close. Outfield swung around to the left. Gordon short out there. And a huge gap in right center. Francoeur way off the line and right. There's a bunt. That's a good bunt. That's a good bunt. They don't get him. That'll load him up. Bases loaded, nobody out.
With a left-hander on the mound, you don't have much of a chance here. So Pena has to take it, does the best job he can. Cannot get it there in time. Good effort by Pena. But Juan hustling down the line for his second base hit of the day.
So here's Morel. Brent has grounded out to third and popped up to first. Come on, Brent. That pitch outside turns it over like a little screwball.
Good speed on the bases for the Sox.
And the count 2-0. Catbird seat. And the count 3-0. No activity down in that royal pen. There's one. There's two.
Then he went to his comfort pitch, and that was the changeup. So the Royals bullpen up and going. Greg Holland. We saw Holland in the opening game of the series.
And that's out of play right side. Ball 4 base hit, Brent. And another souvenir. Adam Dunn on deck. Konerko in the hole. And that's popped up. Hosmer. So a big out for Chen, and here comes Dunn. 27,233. Adam has struck out and he has walked. Checks it up. Takes that fastball inside. That was some gutsy sequence he threw to Morel. Fell behind 3-0. Couple of change-ups. Get the 3-2.
That ball was well up and out of the zone. All three pitches out of the zone, and it's 1-2.
And this one will probably be out of the zone as well. He made a mistake right there. He got part of the play.
They tried to heat him upstairs. That was the best fastball he's thrown at 90. Last fastball was very hittable.
The ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bases loaded. And the count 2-2. And a full count.
Thrown him one breaking ball. That one off the plate.
Way outside. Here comes Rios. Second walk issued by Chen, both to Adam Dunn. And it's a 4-1 game, and here comes Konerko.
Chen's release point to the left-hander is not even close to as good as it is to the right-hander. RBI number 32 for Adam Dunn.
So Pauly is 0 for 2. He grounded to short his first trip, then back in the 4th inning, then on 1st and 3rd, 1 out, hit into a 5-4-3 double play. Pauly now 6 for 19 lifetime off chin with a couple of home runs. Took something off that one. 84. And the count 0-1. That one is 79. Now Paulie's got himself in a huge hole. The 0-2 pitch.
After the changeup, he used the fastball. Take another look at it.
So a big strikeout. Two down.
That one had the plate.
And here's Quentin. He has hit a little soft comebacker and struck out.
Biggest at bat of the game to this point right here.
And that's low and away. Want to know the count to Quentin. Outfield straight up. Bit of a gap out there in left center. And that's popped up. Boy, wow. Bases loaded, nobody out. The only way we get a run is on a walk. And we'll go to the 7th, trailing by 3. And a reminder, when you play the Wheel of Fortune instant game from the Illinois Lottery, you could win one of 5 top prizes of $250,000, $250,000, or one of over 2,000 additional prizes ranging from $50,000 to $1,000 instantly. We're into the 7th. We trail it 4-1. And Pena 0 for 2, takes strike 1. Count evens at 1. Pena has gone out to center and struck out.
They got Pena and Trainer as their duo behind the plate. Trainer had the big hit last night. Pena had a couple of hits in the opener as Will Oman starts loosening in the pen.
This will be pitch number 109. Checks it up. He did not go. So 3-1 the count. And there's another leadoff man aboard.
Edwin has fallen behind a lot of the leadoff hitters, and 3-1 fastballs just don't work very well. Not if they're anything but perfectly located.
Five of the 7 innings, they've had the leadoff man aboard. And 4 of the 5 have scored thus far.
Escobar is a very good handler of the bat.
He's 1 for 2. He's lined out to right, and he is singled. That's pretty good production. That's pretty good execution. You get the leadoff man through the first 6 innings 4 times, and he scores 4 times. And the count 0-2. Four runs on 8 hits for their guys. 1 run on 4 hits for our guys here in the rubber match of this 3-game set. And the count hangs at 0-2. And a reminder, great seats are still available for all Sox home games here at beautiful USA Field. Tickets start at just $12 a seat. The schedule is full of great matchups, promotional nights, and games featuring post-game fireworks. So 866 Sox game or WhiteSox.com. And another souvenir into the LG Skyline Club seats. Tampa Bay now leading Minnesota 9-5. That game in the top of the 8th at Target Field. Twins have come back to tie it at 5. Should be Ham and Jam. Rack 'em up.
One hop. Easy after that. And you can't even get close to Beckham.
So here's the leadoff hitter, Chris Getz, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. He walked to lead off the ball game. Picked up his 15th stolen base and came around to score. Angels leading the Tigers 3-0. Bottom of the first, they're still hitting. Angels won that ball game last night. Herron over Verlander 1-0, with Herron throwing a 2-hitter. And that was a 100th career victory for Dan Herron. Fouled off his foot. Now they're going to say foul ball. And once again, tomorrow night, make your plans to be with us right here. Philip Humber against Carl Pavano. But on Friday, Gavin Floyd against Nick Blackburn. On Saturday, Mark Burley against Brian Dunsing. And on Sunday, in the finale of that 4-game series and the 7-game homestand, Jake Peavy against Scott Baker. Can't make it to the ballpark. Tomorrow's game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. Fridays over WCIU Channel 26. Saturdays over Fox. And Sundays over Comcast Sportsnet. Pokes that one into the seats. Souvenir left side. He gone. And that'll do it. 7th inning stretch. Not good.
Here is today's Grand Slam giveaway contestant. All season long, if the Cubs or White Sox hit a Grand Slam in the 5th inning, one lucky viewer will win a chance to receive $5,000. Go to WGNAmerica.com to enter today.
keeps you up to date on all the scores and games around Major League Baseball.
It's the bottom of the 7th inning. A.J. Pierzynski will lead it off. He'll be followed by Alexi Ramirez and then Alex Rios, as Bruce Chen has baffled our hitters, giving up just 1 run through the first 6 innings of work. As A.J. looks at ball 1.
Chen's going to be out there on a very short leash as the bullpen continues to work, and he's ready to deliver pitch number 100.
And it's a souvenir into the lower deck off the facade of the upper deck.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's out there for 1 hitter, but we'll see what's on the mind of Ned Yost.
Little drop down, broken bat. And the count 1-2. And Sox fans, every White Sox Friday home game is United Flyaway Friday. Each Friday home game, 1 lucky fan will have the chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States that United Airlines flies. United proud to fly the Chicago White Sox. We're happy to be with them. Great crew. Mark Seipold, Sparky Seipold, Sparky Jr., Mike Corrigan, George Hofsummer, one of our pilots. Count hangs at 1-2. Good eye. A.J., toughest man in the American League to strike out. Didn't strike out but 1 time in every 17.2 plate appearances. And there's ball 4. So the dreaded leadoff walk. Here we go.
And here comes Ned Yost. That's going to be it for Chen. Will depart with A.J. at first base. 4-1 lead, and we'll step out and be back after these messages.
Keep your nights legendary with How I Met Your Mother. Weeknights at 9 East, 6 West on WGN America.
Greg Holland comes in the game. We saw him in the 7th inning of the opener. He pitched a perfect 7th. There you look at the numbers. The ERA spectacular. A 2-1 record on for the 17th time. Opponent's hitting just 176. So he's going to take a look at Ramirez, Rios, Beckham. Who knows how many more.
Alexei is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop-up to short. So the 25-year-old right-hander Greg Holland out of Marion, North Carolina. Attended Western Carolina University. 5'10", 195 pounds. And first pitch strike. You mentioned A.J. Pierzynski, toughest guy in the American League to strike out. He's the toughest guy in Major League Baseball to strike out. Reyes leading the National League in toughest to strike out once every 14.6 at bats. And this should be. What move?
Nice
play by Hosmer.
Terrific play by Hosmer as he came off the bag. A.J. did a good job of disrupting the throw of Escobar. He went right after him, and Escobar threw it high and wide. Hosmer able to put the tag on, and the double play 4-6-3.
Second double play we have hit into. First one coming back in the fourth inning with a man on first and third and one out. So here's Rios. Alex 1 for 2. He led off last inning with a single to right, came around to score. That was on a bases loaded walk by Chen. We had the bases loaded, nobody out if you're just tuning in. And that's the only run we got. And the count 3-0. Four 8-0 for the Royals, 1-4-0 for our guys. And that's a souvenir.
Bruce Chen went 6+ innings, gave up a run on 4 hits. He walked 3, all left-handers, and 4. He had a very good day today.
Trying to pick up his first career victory over our Sox. He was 0-3, and to go one game over 500. As out and around that one. So we get the leadoff man aboard with a walk, the double play, the grounder, and we'll go to the 8th.
On the Honda game summary, it was Bruce Chen day today, and he threw into the 7th inning, gave up 4 hits, just 1 earned run, walked 3, fanned 4. With 3 perfect innings to start the game. Visit your local Honda dealer today to test drive a 2011 Honda Cross Tour, available with 4-wheel drive. And Will Oman comes into the game in relief of Edwin Jackson, who went 7, gave up 4 on 8 hits. Oman will face the middle of the order.
First pitch just off the plate to Cabrera. Melky is 1 for 3, had a first inning single. Royals with a run into first, second, fourth, and 6th. Our run coming in the bottom of the 6th. Count evens at 1. They're going to the 9th in Minnesota with Tampa Bay leading 9-5. Angels hitting in the bottom of the 2nd, leading Detroit 3-0. And tonight, Yankees taking on the Indians at Progressive Field. It'll be Hughes, Bill Hughes against Justin Masterson.
Hughes just off the disabled list. Masterson, who got off to a great start, cooled off some.
Vigo. One down, and here is Alex Gordon, who's 2 for 3. With a couple of runs scored. He led off the 4th with a single between first and second. Came around to score. He led off the 6th with a little duck snort. And then he came around to score again. Out and around that one. 2 down. So of the 5 times that the Royals have had the leadoff man aboard, they have scored 4 times. Here's Butler. Billy is 0 for 3. 2 for 9 in the series. And they've got a lot of prorated season ticket plans going for you. Season ticket plans offer the best seat locations at the lowest prices with the most benefits. They got full season, weekday, weekend plans available right now. So 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. 2-0 to the just turned 25-year-old. Bounce that back, and we'll give a big White Sox shout out to Andy and Annetta Place down in Granger. Big Sox fans looking in. And hoping for a big 8th and 9th inning rally from our guys. Hit him on the fist, pops him up, and that's not going to be playable. Back in the second row. Billy came in hitting at 299, now hitting at 296. Nice pitch. The only place that's going is rope hook. If he hits it. Will walking off the mound.
That ball was up out of the zone. Butler would not expand his zone to go after it.
Since he's come into this league at the tender age of 20, he's had tremendous plate discipline. And there's a chopper 2-hopper down to Brent. Over to Adam. Nice inning. Well, Will Oman has really been pitching well. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Beckham, then back to the top of the order.
Thursday on WGN America, the Cubs are in D.C. and looking to close out the series with a win. Thursday at 7 East on WGN America.
4-1 Royals here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Gordon Beckham, who is 1 for 2, will lead it off against Greg Holland. Holland came on last inning in relief for Bruce Chin as there's first pitch strike. Milwaukee leading Arizona 3-1. That game in the bottom of the 7th up at Miller Park. And a count 0-2.
It was a good slider by Holland, who has come in 2 innings in this series and given up nothing. Inherited AJ at first base, induced Ramirez to ground into a double play last inning.
That didn't take long. 1 down. And a reminder, you can help make the White Sox Wives Food Drive the biggest drive yet. Just bring your contributions to the ballpark on Saturday, July 30th. And you can donate non-perishable food items or make monetary contributions at U.S. Cellular Field. That's Saturday, July 30th. Here's Juan Pierre. He is 2 for 3. strikes. That usually works.
He's got a very unusual motion. There's a splitter.
And quickly 2 gone.
That was a good one.
Well, I was listening to that game last night. Detroit and Angel on my way home. They were talking about both Jimmy Price of the Tigers and Jose Mota of the Angels. They split the time on the satellite telecast, radio cast. And they both were just absolutely amazed at the splitter that Dan Herron had last night. Absolutely amazed.
He's had a good one for years.
Brent can't get it. He's 0 for 3. Holland. He's just
throwing the invisible ball.
Wow. Well, there's a ball in the count, 1-2. Tampa Bay now leading Minnesota 12-5, hitting in the top of the 9th. Two and 2 the count. A 4-1 Kansas City lead here in the rubber match of this 3-game set. And this is the third. It started out to be 19 consecutive interdivision collisions. For our Sox, Holland won it down. And a full count.
He was almost all the way into the dugout. Let's see where he might have wanted it. But he didn't get it. That at 95.
Ball 4 base hit, Brent. Adam Dunn on deck. There you go. Nice piece of woodwork. All right, boys, let's get something going right here with 2 out and 1 on.
That ball low and away in protection mode. Brent just guides it into right field, keeps the inning alive for Dunn. Drove in the only run with a walk with the bases loaded.
Yeah, he's walked twice today. He's 0 for 1. Picked up his 32nd ribby back in the 6th inning. And that was after being down in the count 1-2. And that's low. And he's got the catbird seat in that Minnesota Tampa Bay game. Longoria's got 4 RBIs. Shopping got a couple. Sean Rodriguez has a couple. Both those guys hit home runs, as did Longoria. And there's a strike. Come on, Adam, we need you to get on. Paulie's on deck. And the count 2-2. So he strikes out the side. And we'll go to the 9th. Still trailing by 3.
Go White Sox baseball on WGN TV is sponsored in part by the Illinois Lottery, Mega Millions, and Powerball. Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is worth $16 million, and tonight's Powerball jackpot is worth $25 million. So we are witnessing the Major League debut of Hector Santiago, and the numbers you'll see put up are his numbers from Birmingham.
So Hosmer takes strike one. He is 2 for 3. Hector is 23 years old, out of Newark, New Jersey. 6 feet tall, 210 pounds.
And he was a starting pitcher down there. Major League debut. Pretty exciting.
No walks. Come back and get him. You can't throw your first pitch in the big leagues for a strike and then walk the guy. Come on, Hector.
Well, Hosmer knows he's getting a fastball.
And it's a strike. Royals lead at 4-1. We have not been able to muster anything. We had a chance, though. He gone. Attaboy, Hector. Congratulations, buddy. Your first Major League hitter and a strikeout.
And as long as he lives, he's going to remember Eric Hosmer. And he's going to remember that strikeout.
Well, if that's the case, then I am etched in stone in a lot of rookie pitchers' minds for being their first Major League strikeout. Francoeurs 1 for 2 with a couple of RBIs, had a Ducks North single and a sacrifice fly that almost left this park. 2-0 the count. High pop up. Looking for it, got it, and just underneath it. You're looking to the ninth thrust. It'll be Konerko, Quentin, Pierzynski, Ramirez, Rios. Maybe a few more.
Joakim Soria came on last night and picked up his 14th save of the year.
So here's Moustakas. And the count 1-1. Mike is 0 for 3. He's popped up to right, hit into a 4-6 fielder's choice and struck out. So far, you got to like what you see. He gets it and throws it.
And he's got a pretty good arm. I mean, he's been consistently sitting at 95.
Buddy Bell likes him very much. That's the reason he's here. And he's got a little something for the right-handers, too.
Said he throws change-up type screwball or regular screwball?
Screwball. Regular screwball. And a full count. And that's popped up. So what a nice debut in the major leagues for Hector Santiago. And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. It is still 4-1 Kansas City.
Here is our fourth drive of the game. And in lieu of a drive, we're going to give you the Major League debut of Santiago. A strikeout of Hosmer, a perfect inning. Wouldn't have broken in any better for the young left-hander who showed pretty good stuff. And now we're going to have to come back against their closer, Joakim Soria. Soria at 4-3, ERA 4.25, on for the 36th time. Last night picked up save number 14. Although not without a little drama in the ninth inning. He gave up a couple of hits. Got Ramirez to ground into a force out, and that was that.
So here's Paulie. He is 0 for 3. He's due. First pitch strike. And don't forget to vote for Paulie. Go to WhiteSox.com or MLB.com. The voting ends at 3 p.m. Central tomorrow.
This year, not one of Soria's better years. Last year, he had 43 saves and a 1.78 ERA. 08, 42 saves and a 1.60 ERA. This year, the ERA is uncharacteristically high.
Lays off that one. Also, be with us tomorrow night. First of 4 against Minnesota. Philip Humber against Carl Pavano. Friday, Gavin Floyd against Nick Blackburn. Saturday, Mark Burley against Brian Dunsing. Close, good eye. And on Sunday, Jake Peavy against Scott Baker. Tigers have scored a pair. Angels leading 3-2. That game in the bottom of the third. So a full count to Paulie. That ball hit into left field. Got a little nose dive on it. So 1 out. And that'll bring up Quentin. And just checking very quickly here while we have again so many texts about Diane Viciedo. He's hitting .322 at Charlotte. 15 homers, leading the league in RBIs with 59. Has 24 doubles. First pitch strike. Quentin has hit a little comebacker. That was in the second inning to Bruce Chen, and Chen struck him out in the 5th, and he popped to 3rd. That was with the bases loaded and 2 out in the 6th. 1-1 to count. A beautiful day here in City Beautiful, except for the score. Well, we will show up tomorrow against Minnesota. And that pitch is popped up right side. Let's get some going right here. 2 big outs left. 2-2. The Milwaukee, Arizona game in the top of the 9th for the Brew Crew, leading the D-backs 3-1. Two down. So a good job by Chen, a good job by Holland, and so far, good job by Soria. Here's AJ. is 0 for 2 with a base on balls.
Bruce Chen didn't give us many chances, but he certainly did in the 6th inning. 3 straight singles, loaded him up with nobody out, scratched across 1. That was it. And yet another soft tossing left-hander proves troublesome for our lineup.
Jacks it up, and the count 2-1. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here in the bottom of the 9th, and a 4-1 Kansas City lead. And a full count.
Alexi Ramirez on deck just in case AJ can keep it alive.
And Hosmer will take it himself, and this ball game is over. So we had some opportunities today. Man on first and third back in the 4th inning. 1 out, a double play. Bases loaded, nobody out. And the only way we scored this run was with a bases loaded walk. So they win it 4-1, and we'll be back. And right now, let's check out our Miller Lite player of the game. It is the 34-year-old southpaw Bruce Chen, who really pitched well. In fact, he retired the first 9 he saw. We did have a couple of opportunities against him, but he made some good pitches when he had to. He goes 6 innings, giving up just 1 run, 4 hits. He had 4 strikeouts, our Miller Lite player of the game. And the final totals on the finale of this 3-game set, it was a rubber match. For Kansas City, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They stranded 3. For our guys, a run on 5 hits, no errors. We left 5. Chen the winner, 5-2. Jackson takes the loss, 5-7. Credit Soria with his 15th save. And a reminder, our next White Sox telecast will be Friday night when the Sox take on the Minnesota Twins from U.S. Cellular Field. Join us at 7 p.m. over WCIU TV. Now, WGN America viewers, tune in Sunday, July 17th, when the Sox battle the Detroit Tigers from Comerica Park, right here. Our broadcast begins at 12 noon on WGN TV. Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition was brought to you by Xfinity, only from all the great folks at Comcast. So for my partner, Steve Stone, our director, Jim Angio, our producer, John Walgren, for the mayor, Mean Joe Grube, and up here in the booth with us, we've got Wynn Griffiths, the Golden Greek, Jimmy Tianas, Deb Merrill, Adam Musto, and Kristen Lamb. This is the Hawk. So long, everybody. Chicago White Sox baseball has been brought to you by Triple Hops Brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness. By the Illinois Lottery. Play the Wheel of Fortune instant game from the Illinois Lottery for a chance at $250,000. And by Ford. The newest vehicles on the road are now at your local Ford store, like the all-new Ford Explorer SUV, 100% reinvented. Visit localfordstores.com. Ford. Drive one.